Well, I won't exonerate her for what she did to Archer.
Why are you so mad? When this is over, all the servants are just gonna disappear anyway. If a little thing like that bothers you, then you're not cut out to be a master, Rin.
Watch your mouth, Elia!
I would like to say thank you to Saber's master. I'm deeply touched by the kindness you have shown me, a former enemy. Just kidding. This smells so good. You actually set a place for me. You're the best.
Take your hands off him, you insolent child.
You really talk like that at a table? Wow, what bad manners you must have.
Shiro, I simply cannot condone this. Taking her in will do more harm than good.
But she's just a kid. How dangerous can she be? It's not like she's a master anymore.
You're wrong, Shiro. That's not true. She is still a master. Have you forgotten what I've told you? As long as you have your command seals, then you are still a master. And the same goes for servants, too. If they've lost their master, they still have a window of time before they disappear. If she wanted, she could easily form a pact with a stray servant.
But I won't. I'm not gonna team up with any other servant. Berserker will always be the only servant for me. But if you happen to lose, Shiro, I'll be happy to take Saber off your hands.
Not a chance. I have no intention of ever becoming your servant.
You know, it really doesn't bother me if you feel that way. Regardless of whether I win or you just protect Shiro, the end result will be the same.
Well, it still bothers me. Rin, please make Shiro understand.
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I wasn't paying attention.
I was saying that I'm opposed to offering Iliasfield's sanctuary.
I don't see what the problem is.
2 minutes ago, you were just saying...
That's great news! This is gonna be so much fun!
This is completely ridiculous, Shiro.
I got it, Elia. You're happy. Now go eat your breakfast.
It's possible that Shiro may have just unwittingly made a brilliant decision.
Is this really how you go about training? It seems to me Saber's either going easy on you or just not in the mood to fight. Either way, she's holding back.
I never hold back in a fight.
Now that she mentions it, you do seem more passive than you usually do. Come on, Saber. If you don't come at me head-on, I'm never gonna get any better. And we all know I need to get better.
Do you really want me to come at you head on? If I do that, it means in the course of the fight, we could have our bodies colliding with each other.
Yes, so what? That's sparring. Comes with the territory.
It's time for lunch now.
This is delicious. You're a really good cook, Shiro.
Hold on a minute.
What for?
Saber?
What was that about? Not too long ago, I had the impression you hated me.
Rather than hold a grudge against you, Shiro was kind enough to welcome you into his home. It was big of Shiro to do that, and I suppose I could show you some basic courtesies as well.
Man, I really worked up a sweat back there. Oh crap, I did it again! I'm sorry, I didn't think you'd be in here.
No, I'm sorry, but if you don't mind, could you please just give me a few more minutes? I should have foreseen you would want to bathe after that workout. I would never go that far in restricting my master's interests. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't see me like this. I'm not like Rin. Her body is far more attractive than mine.
What are you talking about?
I I don't want you to see my body, Shiro. I can't imagine any man wanting to see these overdeveloped muscles. It must be revolting.
What, are you kidding? That's... So, anyway, I'll let you finish.
Well, nothing seems to be broken. I still can't believe you did it. That was a powerful projection spell you conjured up.
Projection?
That's right. It's the spell you use when you want to recreate something, in your case, a sword. You imagine it and duplicate it using your own mana. But we all know that the human imagination can be incredibly inaccurate. You could never reproduce it exactly. So, it's really just a half-assed form of sorcery.
Yeah, it did disappear pretty quickly.
Plus, projection burns up a lot of mana. If you were to truly imagine Saber's sword, the mana it would require would be beyond your capacity. Envisioning that would be tantamount to suicide, Shiro. By the way, just how much of the history of Excalibur do you actually know?
Excalibur? Well, it's pretty much synonymous with King Arthur, right? It was a sword that could cut through anything and never break, no matter what.
I knew it. That's what you were imagining, wasn't it? Look, Shiro, you have to know your history on this one. It's not the sword that's important, it's the scabbard.
Really?
Really. The legend goes that as long as King Arthur had the scabbard in his possession, he would never bleed. In other words, he was invincible.
Well, if that's true, just how did King Arthur die then?
That's a good point. According to the legends, Excalibur's scabbard was stolen.
What's going on? Why are you getting all worked up about this?
Mind your own business. If this is true, it means Saber's invincible, and I was wrong about her mana levels. I do make mistakes sometimes.
Just sometimes? I was joking. I know Tosaka said I shouldn't do this, but... Initiate projection.
So, this is where you are.
Yeah. I couldn't get to sleep, so I thought I'd work my brain a bit.
Is this an everyday routine for you?
Well, I tried to, at least. It's sort of a daily thing my dad drilled into me. By the way, Saber, you mentioned a dream you had this morning.
Servants don't have dreams. What I saw was your dream. One of your memories, something from your past. The ties between masters and servants are connected down to the spiritual level. As that bond begins to strengthen, you can often catch glimpses of the other's past. Please forgive me.
Don't worry about it. It's not like you meant to. So tell me, just what was the dream about?
It was about an enormous fire. You and I are a lot alike, Shiro. That's why your mistake is obvious to me. I know what will become of you if you continue down this path. And it's because we're alike that I know this.
How am I making a mistake? I want to do what my dad did and champion justice.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying is your mistake. Rin has expressed this to you before, that you have an unhealthy tendency towards self-sacrifice. Unfortunately, you're always ready to put yourself in harm's way without first factoring in the value of your own life. It's still imperative that I attain the Holy Grail at all costs. However, Shiro needs it just as much as I do. It was inevitable that I should be summoned by you, Master.
Looks like the battle is entering the middle stages.
Actually, no. Now that Berserker is gone, we no longer have anything to worry about. The only enemies we have left are Lancer and Saber. Our stockpiles of mana will soon be full as well. All we need now is a Magus to act as the receptacle. With that, we'll be able to summon the Holy Grail by force.
If it's a Magus you need, then I'm afraid I won't be of any use.
Not to worry. When it comes to a human sacrifice, one of the other masters will suffice just fine. Of course, since this object will become the vessel for the Grail, it must also be a Magus with enormous latent potential to be worthy of this endeavor. In terms of abilities, this young lady is ideal. but perhaps a bit too tomboyish in the end. All that is required is that they come from a Magus bloodline. As long as they make a superior element, whether they can use magic or not is completely irrelevant. I believe you'll fit the bill nicely. Young lady.